Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to bow down to the king. This is 101R Smith, and today we will be looking at the 1/100 Full Mechanics Gundam Bael. Gundam Bael is the very first Gundam frame created in the universe of IBO, and the brother unit to Barbatos. Used in the Calamity War 300 years prior to the series. It was used to forge Gjallarhorn by its leader, which I will put the name here because I refuse to butcher it, sorry, and a symbol of power. He who controls Bael controls Gjallarhorn. McGillis, looking for power of his own, takes Bael in a bid to gain total control over Gjallarhorn and uses Bael as part of his own revolution. And we know how that goes. Well, this is it. The final 1/100 Iron Blooded Orphans kit, and the next to last review of myself. I have a Gamora's Trooper review that needs to be uploaded. I filmed it a couple weeks ago, but I've just been busy with school. But yeah, this is it. And to be honest, I'm a little disappointed with Season 2. Not the series, but overall kids. I feel there was very little progression on making improvements to the flaws that were there. Especially with the Gundam frame. Loose joints, parts that fall off too easy, even though I do know it's part of the gimmick to remove the armor. But a lot of parts just fell off way too easy. And just the inability to hold their own weapons. You know, look at Barbatos Lupus Rex. Come on, that mace is so awesome and he can't hold it. But, you know, I just feel there was little progression to improve what was already there other than outer detail. But I am happy overall for the line because there are a lot of kids here that probably won't get a master grade. I mean, some form of the Barbatos and probably some form of the Gamoras is gonna get a master grade, but who's really dying for a master grade Greys? I mean, I love the Greys, but I highly doubt we're gonna see a master grade of it. So I'm happy that a lot of these kids got some type of 1/100 treatment that's above a lot of the 1/100 kids from back in the day, like Wing X and even Seed. Even though I am a little irritated that Floros and Gushanvi Big Full City are not likely to see a 1/100 release, especially the Floros, which is awesome guns, but still, I'm glad for the kid. So, with that in mind, let's look at the king himself, Bael. Bael features 12 runners, polycaps, and a reasonably small sticker sheet. It recycles the Gundam Frame 1 seen in Barbatos and Gamoras in nearly all aspects, with the only inner frame exclusive to this kit being frame parts used for its backpack, the feet, and its own head. One interesting aspect to speak of is that the power symbols on Bael are actually its own pieces. Can you believe it? Its own pieces. Now, if only there were, you know, other kits that could have used their own pieces for its symbols. Can't think of any. Moving on. But, you know, I'm happy to see some progression here. I feel Bandai here is trying to pull all the stops for Bael and seeing if this is really the last IBO kit. They really want to make it as grandiose as it's possibly been hyping up to be for all of Season 2. Everything is set, and now we have the king himself, Gundam Bael. Now you're gonna notice that I have him on the action base, and that is because he is pretty back heavy, unfortunately. It might not seem too much, but he will topple over if you try to have him stand up by himself. But let me take him down and then we'll look at some articulation. Okay, so we got him down. Now let's look what he can do. So Bael can look up, down, side to side. Head can go 360 degrees so long as you look out for the collar. Shoulder can go pretty high. It's on this own hinge. And the arm can go pretty far out before you get to the shoulder pad and start moving it. Chest, yep, the typical IBO in and out, and then side to side. Mine is a little stiff though because I did paint it. Side skirts, up and down, and then they rotate. The back is supposed to be stationary, but I do have a bit of complaint. It does come off very quickly, and I'll show you more detail once we get to his weapons. Knee is your standard IBO double jointed bend, and then the toe can go up a great deals down, rock up and down, and then the twist. Now we have the backpack, and it's pretty noticeable. So you'll see it can go up, down, it can twist side to side, it can pull down a bit so you can get more extension out. The fins move a bit. These thrusters can move. And pretty much it. Other than appearance, it's just a stationary backpack. Though I will note that there are these veneer stickers that you put on inside before you put it onto Bael. Now Gundam Bael probably has the least necessary stickers in all of the 1/100 kits in IBO. As you see, the crest that's on his left shoulder plate is actually its own separate piece, and the shoulder tabs on the shoulders, the power symbols that we've seen on Barbatos, are it in itself their own actual piece, which is a little frustrating that it took to the very end to finally get that, but it's happy to be there. Also, this is probably a kit that uses the least amount of stickers. They give you stickers for the V-fin and the back of the shin. However, if you have a blue Gundam marker, you could just color that up. You don't even need a sticker for that. And also the power symbol on its waist, which can also be applied by regular paint or a Gundam marker. The only absolute necessary stickers on this kit are for the verniers on its backpack. Those are the only stickers that are honestly necessary, and even that you can paint. So outside of the Gundam frame, this is probably the only IBO 1/100 kit that absolutely does not need a sticker by choice. So it's really impressive that despite the fact that this is probably the final kit, they were finally able to get it up to a point where stickers are no longer necessary to actually make it anime accurate as possible. So Gundam Bael only has 2 weapons. These swords, which look phenomenal and look just like the swords that McGillis used on the Green Gird, but apparently they're not the same, apparently. But these swords look really good, and these hands have a special joint in them where they can go down and up, which really help posability, and it's the same type that we saw on the Gundam VR. And the swords themselves are housed in this unit on the back skirt. Now, I have mixed feelings on this, as it does work, but however on mine, it just seems to make the back skirt come off as soon as I try to pull it. It's see? It's a tight connection, but it takes off the back skirt on it, which we don't want, but still I'm happy for it. And now we have Bael next to his counterpart, Barbatos Lupus Rex. And I know they're supposed to be brother units, but I just feel Barbatos and Bael are just very radically different from each other, other than Gundam frame and similar logos. It's nice to see two of the most important suits out of IBO Season 2 next to each other in glorious fashion, with his weapons and his big freaking mace, which he can't hold, but it still looks awesome. I'm gonna give my final thoughts, not only on this kit, but IBO in general, now that we've reached the end of the series, not only Season 2, but the show. I feel, in general, that the Full Mechanics line has not deviated enough from the Season 1 line to really consider itself its own line. They're just the same. There's not really anything different other than outer detail and a bit more color separation that was present in Season 1. I've liked most of the designs. Barbatos Lupus, Vidar. Lupus Rex did take a little bit to grow on me, but I do like it. And now Bael, which is just a very kingly looking Gundam, a demon for God's sakes. I feel that Bael is the culmination of all of the good points of the IBO line. It took the whole 2 seasons for the color separation to really step in, and I feel that Bael has represented that perfectly. This is as close to Master Grade as we can get, because there's a good chance that most of these suits that I've been revealing will not get a Master Grade. I feel that some version of Barbatos and Camoris will. The others, I'm not too positive. I myself am personally happy that we had this line. I like a lot of the mecha designs that were shown in the anime, and they really work out very well in Gunpla form. The show, now with the final episode, I really thought it took a lot of balls for them to kill off the 2 main characters of the show. Now, I know people die in Gundam, but you kill off the main character. Zeta, Camille ended up in a vegetated state, but I don't think we've ever seen the main character or the 2 leads in Orga and Mika just killed off. And it was a very bittersweet ending. Iron Blooded Orphans has been the series that I have been so excited with. I watch every week. I've watched it multiple times, subbed and dubbed. This is the most excited I've been in Gundam since Double O, back when it was airing in 08, 09. It did have some pacing issues. I felt the T-Waz arc in Season 1, the war arc, somewhere in like early-ish Season 2, where Tekkanen was fighting a war with Gallahorn and a third party, and it got mixed up on it. That felt like it was dragging on its feet. I really thought it was a good show. I really thought it got people excited. It's definitely helped Gunpla and Gundam in general get some recognition in the West that it probably hasn't seen since the Seed days. I've seen more people talk about Gundam in the last 2 years since 2004. I've enjoyed the series. I've enjoyed reviewing these kits. I do have a Camoris Trooper review that I did tape that needs to be uploaded, but other than that, Bael is it. We've reached the end of the line. I'm happy. Go get it. You will not be disappointed. I feel Bael is one of the, outside of Barbatos, is probably one of the most unique mobile suits out of IBO and even Gundam in general. I say go get the kit. You won't be disappointed. Top-notch build and aesthetics. This is 101 R Smith, and I will see you later. Peace!